Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to show off a recent purchase of mine. This is the Tiger Concepts Rolex Daytona homage. This is very similar to the Paul Newman Daytona, and I think they actually offer a version with the same colorway. For those of you who don't know, that's like one of the most famous vintage watches ever sold, and at one point it was the most expensive watch ever sold at auction for $17.75 million in 2017. So this watch is significantly cheaper at $129. So if you kind of want to get a little bit of a feel of what it was like to wear a Daytona without the price tag that most of us can never afford, then this is kind of something fun to be able to play around with. The brand Tiger Concepts has been around for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. I'm not quite sure how long, but I've looked at their watches for a really long time. It's run by a guy named William Wu in Hong Kong. Basically, he does all kinds of Rolex homages. So he's got, like James Bond Submariners, 5513 homages, all kinds of cool stuff, day dates and explorers. And they're mostly like, the classic styles from the 50s and 60s and 70s. So really cool company. They're not copies, they're homages. All of them say either Tiger Concept or they just have a blank logo on the dial. And they're usually pretty distinguishable from the originals in that, they're not fakes, but they definitely look, very similar to the real thing. So if you kind of want to get the same feel, pretty cool company to go with. Some other things is that, the size is very close to the original, which is pretty cool. The size listed on the website is that the case size is 35 millimeters. That is incorrect. This has a case size of 37 millimeters at the mid case. The bezel itself is 38. From lug tip to lug tip, you're looking at 45 exactly. 13 millimeters exactly. Thickness, a little bit of a domed crystal here. This is a domed mineral glass crystal. Unfortunately, it's not sapphire, but it is a pretty nice mineral glass, and it does have an AR coating on it. So yeah, 45 from lug tip to lug tip, and then you're looking at a 19 millimeter lug width. I think that is pretty much exactly the same as the original, if I'm not mistaken. Again, never handled an original, but from a little bit of research I've done online, that seems to be what it was. It has a Japanese quartz movement, the Epsom YM12. This watch is not a mecha quartz, but it does kind of have a sweeping seconds hand like a mecha quartz. The pushers do screw down, and so does the crown. It's supposed to have 100 meters of water resistance. Let's start the chrono function for you. So it does have a sweeping chronograph seconds hand, almost like a mecha quartz, but it's not. And you can see the running seconds on the left hand side subdial there. Chronograph minutes is at the bottom 6 subdial. I kind of wish that it would have shown each individual minute, because you can't really tell which minute you're on that bottom subdial until it gets to 5 minutes, basically each 5-minute increment. The subdial on the right hand side there is a basically running 24-hour subdial. I thought it related to the chronograph function, but it doesn't. It just relates to the regular handset. So I guess if you're flying a lot and you want to be able to tell AM, PM, that's kind of cool, but otherwise a little bit useless. If you want to stop the chronograph, again, pushing the top button. It doesn't have a very good click feeling. It's pretty mushy, but it's quartz. So, start it again, stop it again. There's no audible sound. It's just a sort of mushy feeling. The reset, of course, at the bottom, and it just, sweeps you back to the top. Typical quartz. The main crown does screw down as well, and it does hack. So if I pull it out here, you can see the running seconds on the left-hand side. Oh, there we go. Running seconds is stopped. Push it back in. Oh. Let's see if I can get it. A little gritty. And I'll screw the pushers back in again. Actually, you know what? let's get those running seconds going for the rest of the video. Why not? Anyway, yeah, mineral crystal, like I said, would have been cool if it was sapphire, but it's pretty nice. Again, only cost me $129, and then shipping was $20. I think shipping has increased a little bit from Hong Kong. But very cool watch, very fun, you know, cool beater watch. It says it's got 100 meters of water resistance, so I've been wearing it in the shower all week. So packaging that it came with was very basic, not even worth showing, just some bubble wrap and a little brown cardboard box. Some other things with the watch here, you know, the bracelet is pretty jingle jangly. You have hollow end links here that you can see from the back. The links themselves seem to be pretty solid, and you do have screw links, which is nice for easy adjustability, and just your regular sort of press clasp here. So nothing too fancy, but probably pretty close to, you know, what the vintage would have been anyway. Anyway, you know, not too much else to say about this except that it's a pretty cool watch. It only took a week to get to the United States here, and that's all the way from Hong Kong. Shipping was a little expensive at $20, but not too bad. And again, like, it only took a week to get from Hong Kong, so that's pretty awesome. I don't know, maybe I just got lucky, or, you know, what the deal is with that, but very happy with that. I've been looking at Tiger Concept watches for a super long time, and for Christmas I thought I'd get myself something a little bit fun. So, you know, very affordable. Oh, another thing to point out is that, yes, there is lume. Show my black light here. Ooh, hope I didn't blind anybody. But you can see that there's a little bit of lume on the hands, tiny bit of lume on those sort of polished hour markers on the outer track there, but they don't do anything. The lume is terrible. So obviously you wouldn't get this watch probably for the lume anyway, but just in case anybody's wondering. So this is what it looks like on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. Very handsome, I think, actually. And yeah, pretty cool, fun watch. This is probably, you know, the most affordable, everyday, poor man's Daytona homage that you're going to find out there. So, yep, I think it's worth it for the price. All right, everyone, have a good day, and see you in the next one.